শরিয়ার বিষয় হলো ইংরেজি ভাষা। লাইসা বিমুফিদিন, যে এগুলো বললেও কঠিন বিষয়গুলো বুঝতে পারবে না। So, if anyone who does not speak Bangla, and later on I can speak English, but let's start with Bangla first because so far. Oh, মেয়েদের সেকশনে all Bangla? Okay, good. We are asking to excuse us today's gathering because we are talking about very difficult area. It's called al-maradul nafsi, mental illness, মানসিক অসুখ, মানসিক রোগ পরিবারে কিভাবে হয় এবং শরীয়তের বিধান কি এবং কি করতে হবে এটা। তো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ রাব্বিল আলামিন।
ভাই বললো যে অনেকে লাইভ দেখতেছে।
Oh, okay. That's okay. So we'll speak in English, no problem. Then that's fine. And the thing is that in Lughatul English is a highly technical term. Those people who are in the audience may not understand. That's why it's the best interest for the crowd that the mental illness problem you cannot understand in English that much, if unless you are a mother tongue in English. Anyway, so we are going to English. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad salawatullah alayhi wa salamuhu ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. So Allah Ta'ala, He created everything. Meaning is one of the part of the al-qada is the khalqillahi ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala, in His creation, there is everything, nothing outside. In this creation, there are something visible, which is zahir, or you can feel, and something al-ghaib, which is translated in unseen, very incorrect word. It is al-ghaib. The word al-ghaib in translation is al-ghaib. It's not unseen. Bacteria and virus also unseen. Is it al-ghaib? No. Many things are al-ghaib. Look unseen, but it is not al-ghaib. So it is unexplained. Human comprehension is not possible, mustahil. The men cannot understand this event. Okay. Like for example, Isa ibn Maryam, when he went up in the as-sama fawq al-ard. So how he went with blood pressure and cardio output and nutrition, who give his groceries, how he's eating, where he goes for bathroom. Was it not as a man, human being? He born from human mom, which is Maryam alayhi salam. What he's doing over there? How he survived? Why he is not still, death did not approach him? How do you know? So it's al-ghaib. How Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam went al-Mi'raj. We discussed this thing in this masjid, that the Nabiyana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Jibreel alayhi salam, they went to the state mustawa, asma'u sarfil aqlam, the level where after sidratul muntaha, then a distance where they can listen the sound of the pen where the al-qada is being written. That's the destination both of them went. How they manage? This is the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had an open chest. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam chest was open. There is no anesthesia, and then is put it back without any medication, anything. He healed up. How Masih al-Dajjal will come from a human being who has extraordinary biology. He has one eye, another eye is wiped out. a very feeble physical condition. He roamed around whole world 40 days. Okay, he neutralized the gravitational force with his Jabalul Lahm or Jabalul Khubs, a mount of bread, a mount of meat will travel with him. He will speak everything. He will send rain from the up. So he has a mechanism where rain can send down some technology. He himself is a superpower. Okay, and then he will be melt like a salt. كالملح في الماء. When Isa ibn Maryam will approach him to kill, Masih al-Dajjal will get melt, but like a salt melt in the water. But he did not do it. So all these things, how? So it's a very difficult area. In this world, we do not know where is Ya'juj or Ma'juj living, who do their economy, what they eat. It's a human being race, the Bani Adam, Ya'juj or Ma'juj, Upsiduna fil ard. Where are they located? Nobody knows. So it is there. These things are there because it's giving a proof, a sense, ibrah, to understand that we know very little, even in the heart. You know, how the dream comes, dream is coming. So which brain cell produce dream? We don't know. Okay, so when the heart surgery happened, all the heart is transplanted to other heart, and still this guy said, "I love you." So what the heart is doing is nothing. So these things you need to understand that a concrete way you cannot understand the mental illness. Mental illness, understand you need knowledge. Al-ilm dunya. Those who study has a process through the medical education and science, and then they have the knowledge, they do it. Other people are doing assumption. That's the main problem. So, marad al-nafs, it is recognized. It is recognized. So, this marad al-nafs, like a mental illness, how it prevails. So, today we'll give a notion that what is the barrier to treat the marad al-nafs. That's the main part. Okay. So, the main part is number one, al-jinn. Okay. Now, gene produce mental illness. Very common understanding. Who told you gene produce mental illness? Like where is the parts? Illness is a marat. Do you get any notion like this and this? It's very hard to find. The one of the problem of Muslimun is the when they study the Quran and the Shariah, they assume 70% and 30% they read and immediately say, "Oh, this is that." So first thing is jinn enter into human body? Dakhulul jan fi badanil insan. Answer is yes. Jinn is في قريب بالناس. Gene goes in the body. But that doesn't mean it makes illness. That's the problem. Something happened and immediately you manufacturing committee or process producing all the story. This is illegal. You cannot do this thing. So first thing is a gene you should not consider as a bacteria and virus. Please. This thing is a crime. Jinn is al-khalqun karimun. Allah Ta'ala is not putting a joking with us. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Like you and I, we are created to worship Allah Ta'ala. Okay? This worship is al-ibadatu shari'iyya. Worship is two types. like a sun, moon, or tree, mountain, they also make tasbihat. But their worship is not our worship. Even our shadow worship Allah Ta'ala. The shadow of the kuffar worship Allah Ta'ala. Do you know? Shadow of the all human being. Even though he is atheist, but his shadow worship Allah Ta'ala. But that worship is ibadatul kawniyah. That's different. Shariah, which Allah loves, you need an effort to produce it. You will be rewarded for that. And their production of ibadah is automatic. That's different. So purpose of the jinn and insan is the work as a abidun, ibadallah. They are Abdullah. And you consider jinn is a bacteria and virus. This is a Muslim. Oh, jinn produce mental illness. So you think jinn is like a bacteria and virus. So why don't say bacteria, virus also worship Allah? That COVID virus worship Allah. This is joking with ibadah. It's very dangerous. You are accusing Allah Ta'ala that Allah is one of the noble creation. Anyone who worship Allah, his status is high. Khairul bariyya. Khairul bariyya. Allah says in Quran, worship makes people khairul bariyya, the best of creation, because he worship Allah Ta'ala. And sharrul bariyya, who does not worship Allah Ta'ala. So very important. So gene is not a bacteria, gene is not a virus. Okay, that's one thing. Gene is a creation. Now gene has a special feature. Now this special feature is al-ghaib. Some Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, some we don't know. That's the problem. Because in al-ghaib, we need to understand al-ghaib, that we are having no knowledge about al-ghaib. Unless Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is present at this time and explaining what's happened, then possible. He is not present, so we stuck here. Like I say, bones or something from animal bone. This is the food for jinn. This is, we know it, right? Another thing is jinn enter inside human body. Enter in human body. We believe it. We have any proof? Do you know how it entered? We know it's al-ghaib. The people cannot wake up in the Fajr Salah because the shaitan pee in the air. Do you see any water here? So it's al-ghaib. Shaitan enter into the nose in the sleeping condition. We do not know how. It's al-ghaib. So if you eat left hand, shaitan eats with you. If you do not make Bismillah entering into home, shaitan enters inside the home and eat along with you. Do you see them? You don't see. So you cannot say this produce, you have a diarrhea and the problem, illness. Oh, why is al-ghaib? Inna shaytan. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الشيطان يجري من الإنسان مجرى الدم كما مجرى الدم. Definitely shaitan is flowing in the blood of the humankind like blood flows. So shaitan is a ability that he flow in the blood. Understand? Ma'lum. But why you are saying he is making illness? That is said. Shaitan can make waswasa in the human mind. Shaitan can assume what you think. That's why when your thinking process is very, very deep, that process shaitan can make interference. Recitation of Quran, shaitan can make waswasa, like a mechanism not clearly understood, but it is al-haq. The shaitan has capacity. Shaitan can make animosity between Muslim. Like you are my brother, and suddenly I am against you, you against me, and problem started. Mechanism is not clearly understand. Okay, so anything sharp, anything bad, which not clearly understand, usually assigned to shaitan. That's the thing. But the shaitan even with us, ما منكم من أحد إلا معه قرينه من الجن وقرينه من الملائكة. Everybody has a member of jinn with you. قرينه من الجن وقرينه من الملائكة. Everybody. Then Ya Rasulullah wa iyyaka, even with you, Ya Rasulullah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, yes, wa iyyaka illa anna Allah fa aslama. But that shaitan who is with me, he surrendered for some reason. So he did not give a bad thing, waswasa, illa bi khair. Okay, he is giving amrini illa bi khair. He command me, he give me inspiration, only good. Because Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah gave him a blessing, fadlullahi ta'ala. So his shaitan is with him, is a qareen. Qareen meaning his companion. So everybody got one shaitan with you, one jinn from jinn member and one malak. So everybody got mental illness. Hmm? That's the problem. If you do not understand, then it's better unsaid. Keep quiet. Do not say anything and accusing Allah Ta'ala doesn't understand anything. It's very inappropriate. This is very dangerous even. So, and there is a problem with the scholar as well. Scholar, unfortunately, scholar, they are explaining with due respect with this scholar, they try their best. What is the trial we call it to respect them? Ijtihad. They make ijtihad. Oh, probably it makes your mental illness from jinn. Well, there are salihin, good scholar, al-alim al-kabir, al-alim rabbani. They are very sincere. They make ijtihad, and ijtihad has two byproducts. One is sawab, one is khata. He can be correct, he can be wrong. So we don't accuse them. Okay. We cannot, the life does not go with ijtihad. Ijtihad is not wahi. Ijtihad is a human process to make a decision based on understanding. So this thing is ijtihad. That's the main thing. Ijtihad is allowed. Door of ijtihad, you need a mujtahid to say this thing. There is no mujtahid living in North America and South America and Bangladesh and Pakistan and all this Indian axis. Nothing. Level is too high to achieve this quality. So, in the old days, there are scholars, the Alim al Kabir, they memorize many things, they memorize thousands of ahadith, they understand Arabic language, they understand, they were honest by themselves, they're living in a good time. They make ijtihad and saying this thing. And after many years, the scientists found their information is not correct. So, what's the problem? Problem is you still accusing jinn is making the mental illness. That's the problem. Because jinn is going inside, knowing hard, this possible, and it is aqidah. We believe it. Aqidah is la rayba fi hudal lil muttaqin. الذين يؤمنون بالغيب. We are تؤمنون بالغيب. As a mu'min, you have no option but to accept all ghaib. All ghaib. We accept it. No debate. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Gene is this, but information is gene is very limited, scattered information. Like shaitan does this, shaitan does, but there is a way to it. Shaitan, the word shaitan is used in different way. Like if, for example, a person who is walking, al-murur bayna yadayya musalli in the masjid, musalli, like among the musalliyun, you came to masjid, everybody is musalli, noble musalli. But one of the behavior is admonished because you are walking in front of the musalli. Baina his sutra or the mawdu' is sujud, like where he makes sijda in that area and a little bit 1.5 2 feet inside this boundary you are walking. So if you walk that way, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, push him, push him, fight him, punched him, expel him, try. Still he is going, fahuwa shaitan. So what is this? He is a musalli, but behavior converted as a shaitan, is a hadith sahih. So the word shaitan is used different way. Like a Musa alayhi salam, he punched a guy and he passed away. Musa alayhi said, Hada amali shaitan. You think that Musa alayhi salam is a shaitan? He attribute his amal as-su, a bad action, which he make ijtihad. Musa alayhi salam making a ijtihad, and ijtihad is wrong, and he has no control because he is a human. So he think that I can punch him to push him out, but unfortunately he passed away. Punch was so heavy. Then he said, Amali shaitan. So any kind of bad thing, shaitan, word shaitan is a puzzle, many way. Like many illness, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, this is from shaitan. Like a newborn baby crying, and they say, from shaitan. So is it baby shaitan? No. Meaning is, the shaitan, the word used different way, different. And we need a lot of knowledge to understand, but we cannot because this is not our business. It is umurud dunya. You need to understand. This is not the purpose of your ilm. Your purpose to understand Allah, Tawheed, Risala, Ubudiyya, Uluhiyya, Asma wa Sifat, and all the basic righteous, which is ibadat, and avoid haram and follow halal. That's your job. Your job is not to a research laboratory, how shaitan is doing it. Laboratory for shaitan, al-ikhtibar li shaitan. Here, I have a 2 bottle, there is a shaitan inside, what he's doing. That's not the job for Muslim. So, the main message is that it is a puzzle. So we should not pay attention with this thing when you address mental illness. That's my appeal. So because there is no benefit. Benefit. You cannot get a pharmaceutical company who make a medication molecule for shaitan. Like I have a capsule who you can take, shaitan will be. This is nonsense. So it is not. But the shaitan, you have to make isti'awud. Like a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. So when you are getting angry, this is a dua when you are angry. Okay. Then when you open the Quran, recite Quran, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim min hamzihi wa nafthihi wa nafthihi. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم من حمده ونفخه ونفسه. Those are the things before you recite Quran. So there are many ways. Then when you do intimacy in your wife, when you go this and that, When you go to restroom, you should recite. This is a dua. This adiyat wal ibadat. This is the part of life. A certain behavior, adab, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam teaching you is a part of deen. You just do it. You do not know what mechanism is used. Okay, so when azan is given, shaitan run away, then he come back again. How, where? Do you see? We don't see. So when you do not see, that is the indication that this thing should not be taken account for your physical world. Because physical world is umurud dunya. That's the point. Umurud dunya, if you deal with this, then there is a possibility your ijtihad will be wrong and you will be not benefited. This is very important. So, what are the mental illness? Because when we say that Allah Ta'ala produces illness, we do not say this way. Because when you say, Laisa sharrun illa ilayk, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, wa khayru bi yadayk. Al khayr in the hand of Allah. Al khayru bi yadayk. Laisa sharru illa ilayk. We cannot name Allah with the bad. We cannot. This is khilaf, adab. Be careful. This is in the very common in Bangladeshi community. Oh Allah, punish me this and that. Oh Allah, oh Allah, the ocean is so angry. Oh, you are accusing Allah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. This is how my community people say. Here's a water surge, like a cyclone in coastal area, and everybody is under the water and accusing Allah, punished us, this and that. Allah did not get any option but to kill my son, kill my daughter. Allah do this. Allah took my. This is nonsense. You are accusing Allah with su. This is bad because this is a plan. Afa aminu min makar Allah. Are you safe from the planning of Allah? Plan of Allah is al-ghayb. We do not know. We don't know. Like when Nabiullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam get injured with a stone, a huge stone, and come here, when he went to Taif, and then he got injured from the children throwing stone, and he is like a bled from his feet and other things, and then he has a difficulty with these, that. What's going on? And when in the Sahih al-Bukhari, when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has an oblivion tendency, he used to remember and he forgot. Then he make a ruqya, like Qul a'udhu bin nas, Qul a'udhu bil falaq, this and that, because it's a mental problem, something he cannot remember. Waswasa. So how it has happened? You think that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam does not make dua to Allah, oh Allah protect me? You think that? Allahumma inni as'aluka afa ad-dunya. He is the one who is doing. But it happened because iradatul kawniyah. Iradatul kawniyah is beyond capacity for human. It happened. And Allah may not like it, but it happened. So the thing is that's why when you say Ibrahim alayhi salam said, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ, he did not say Allahu ja'ala al-maridna or Allah khalaqallahu al-marad. He didn't say it. He said, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ, when I become sick. How? I don't know. It's coming from the blue. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ, then فَهُوَ يَشْفِي. It is Allah who gives shifa. Shifa. So word shifa cannot be used for the doctor. Be careful, as the translation makes the problem. We are tib, okay? Tabib, meaning is doctor. When we treat a patient, we call it i'laj, not shifa. Shifa is from Allah. Man cannot make shifa. Okay. Shifa is from Allah. But the doctor does ilaj. Problem is Bangladesh because we translated in everything. Very poor language cannot hold the Arabic language in a sense. That the whole nation is misguided. So that's the problem. Shifa is treatment, but this word is from munasib ilallahi azza wa jal. And i'laj is for the doctor. Okay. إن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن الله عز وجل حيث خلق الداء خلق الدواء فتداو. Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala is the creating the illness and the same time he created the medication. So treat them. Fatadao, treat. So taking medication, it is Shariah compliant. Atadadawi mashru'u min haysul jumla. This context, the taking treatment is compliant to Shariah. ولا يعتبر تغيرا للخلق الله. It does not change the creation of Allah. حكمه عند العلماء بين الإباحة والاستحباب. It is mubah. Taking medication is mubah or mustahab. You may choose, I'm not going to take medicine. Then what will happen? Ultimately you will die. So everybody will die. But if you take medicine, you are following ittiba' sunnah because this is the Prophet. This hadith is the silsilah al-hadith 1633 sahih that Allah Tabaraka Ta'ala created illness. Khalaqad da'a wa khalaqad dawa'a fatadaw. He created illness, he created medication. So take treatment. So, وعن أسامة بن شريك رضي الله عنه قالت العربي يا رسول الله ألا نتداو. A Bedouin came to Rasulullah sallam, يا رسول الله, should we not treat us? فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم نعم, yes. يا عباد الله تتداو. Oh slave of Allah, treat. So he's saying treat, it's a command. Taking treatment is a command of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. تَتَدَاوَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمْ يَدَعْ دَاءً إِلَّا وَدَعَ لَهُ شِفَاءً. Allah Ta'ala do not make any, keeping any like illness without shifa. إِلَّا دَاءً وَاحِدًا. Only one illness has no cure. فَقَالَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ مَا هُوَ. What is it? Is it قَالَ haram. Haram is the illness. What is the haram? Haram is the geriatric problem. Okay. Al-haramu huwa ad-da'ifu bis-sabab al-kibr as-sinni wa amrad shuyukhuha falaysa lahu dawa. When your cell, body cell, nervous cell, and all the organ cellular activity going downward, everything, physiology decline, all the basic function, then you're getting old, you cannot reverse because the sequence of the aging process, it is fitrat Allah. That's how Allah created human being. You will be weak and die. So that's why Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said there is no medication to reverse it. That's the understanding. Okay. So when you take medication, wala farku أتدعي بين أن يكون الأمراض الباطنية العقلية العصبية because it does not have any different nervous neurological medication or mental illness or physical illness. Okay, so all illness لا حرج من تناول الأدوية للمرض النفسي. There is no problem, nothing wrong to take medication for mental illness. You should take medication. Okay? So do not attribute this illness to jinn. because you do not know. One of see any illness is a scientific explanation. Is a dhahir batiniya. Okay, batiniya. What is batiniya? Which is dhahir, you visible. You can reproduce the medication like a hypertension in Bangladesh. The same hypertension in Canada, right? Or Canada has different story. No. So, if a mental illness is created to a Bangladeshi patient, it should be American patient. Why the gene does not come, has a visa problem? Oh, excuse me. A gene has no visa for Canada and America. America is powerful, doesn't give any visa, entry visa. So it doesn't affect. This is nonsense. How come you saying Bangladeshi people, he talking to jinn, the female, the all nasty thing. Question is also nasty. I'm sorry to say it because I hear the scholar, respected scholar, speaking بغير علم, without any knowledge. It's better not to talk. Is the gene can intercourse with you? This type of question is being asked. Is the female gene fall in love with you? Making these things is meaningless. Why are you talking meaningless? You have many jobs. You should work hard, do earning money for your family. Don't do this thing. Who told you? Can you prove it? So the thing is, there is an illness. We call it schizophrenia. Okay. In Arabic, it's called al-fusamu. Al-fusamu maradun dimagiyun muzminun. Schizophrenia is a chronic brain disease. Dimagiyun and maradun muzminun, chronic. So once it started, it occupy your brain. Dimag is the brain, and then it continue. Okay, this illness يصيب عددا من الوظائف العقل. It takes some of the mental faculty disturbances. What are those? التفكير, thinking process. You think different. And jinn doesn't do this. Please. So tafkir, thinking is disturbed. Then al-idrak. Okay, al-idrak. Al-idrak is a perception, how you feel. You hear something does not exist. So you are hearing voices, but you don't see where the voices come from. You talk to him. Oh, I'm not going there. Okay. No. Oh, don't touch it. I love you. I love you. All kinds of nonsense they are talking. Who are they? Because he's hearing voices. It's a hallucination. It's a perceptual disturbances. In the schizophrenia, the hearing problem is the prominent. Very rarely the visual hallucination. Visual is very rare. But there is another disease which you can see visual also. I see pori, like a female jinn or something. I don't know what is Arabic for pori. Is it pori, bhoot? Some terminology is coming from Hindu myth and incorporated in Muslim home. You have a religion which is very noble, very good. Why you are borrowing the word from mushrikun for doing these things, which doesn't make sense? Bhoot, petni, these, bhutum, all this nonsense. So the al-fusamu, this is the schizophrenia, which disturb the faculty of the mind with thinking process. Takfiru al-idraku, perception. What are the perception we have? Visual, hearing, touch, sense, smell, 5 or 6 basic sense. Those are disturbed. Then al-masha'ir, feeling. How do you feel? Oh, I feel he is going to kill me. Oh, I feel he is going to have intercourse with me. This is the case. Masha'ir. and as-suluk, and his behavior change. For no reason, he is violent against you, causing this thing. So those are the illness, it can happen. So this is illness, so schizophrenia, very common. According to latest statistics, lifetime prevalence of schizophrenia is very scary. This scary will not scare you if you do not have any knowledge on statistics. That's the problem. When mind does not know, eye cannot see. 1% lifetime prevalence. Are you scared? No. Because you do not understand statistics, you don't understand prevalence, you don't understand 1%, nothing. Give me a parota and bangsho and I am eating this thing and let me sleep. Oh, this is very gross. 1% prevalence lifetime schizophrenia. It's very scary. Out of 100, one guy has it. Out of 100, one guy has it. Why we don't see them? That's another question. Because schizophrenia is a spectrum. It's a spectrum. It is not a very concrete, like a, you give a, all the mental illness, we do not have instrument to diagnose. Okay, there is a it's not a concrete medication, it's abstract medicine. You have to follow the behavior, you have to examine, you have to rule out certain things, some substance, influence of substance like alcohol, all other illicit substance, drugs, this and that, and other brain injury or stroke or something which damage the neural tissue, then you go for the diagnosis. And diagnosis comes with his behavior, his speech, his feeling, and his perceptual problem and his behavior. Those are the four, one after another. Which one come first is very difficult to say. Okay, so this schizophrenia is very common. What happened in the community? This illness is a very peculiar. It has two onset. One onset is around 20, 21 to early 20s, say 16, 18. Exactly when a typical Bangladeshi girl, they just finish their intermediate level, like a 12th grade school. After that, so this time behavior changed little bit, but looks beautiful, looks nice, noble family, give marriage. After marriage, husband married, bring them Canada in Toronto, and wife making problem. Oh, where are you going? You hang out with this. I know. Oh, you came late night. You have another wife. Oh, I know this. And then problem started. He's a schizophrenia. The husband is the innocent victim. Doesn't know anything. And start fighting, arguing, domestic violence, boom, boom, this and that. He say, what happened? He is he mental illness? I don't know. Then accuse him, and some other people in the community. That's also very bad, I would say. When family problems started, then they advocate, oh, salam alaikum, brother, you give time. Give time. You are very busy with job. Okay, give time. Oh, go Hawaii or California. He said, you have to give a break. So you think that we do not need a hospital for mental illness. You just give some time and have a travel trip to Hawaii and they will get cured. One thing you can do, okay, you can write your proposal, send to Nobel Committee, Nobel Prize. I am a Bangladeshi guy. I advocate people who has a domestic problem with husband and wife. Doctor is saying probably schizophrenia, and I'm saying give him time. Okay, take him to Hawaii or Cox's Bazar, and you will get out. You get Nobel Prize. Alhamdulillah. Stupid people. This is the another problem because when husband is doing, then another third person's plural number is saying, "Oh, he is a great guy. He never give time to his wife." Giving time, advocacy, advising, this, that will not cure the illness. Understand? You need to diagnose first. That's the problem. That's why most of the person after marriage, So, what is the learning point? Learning point is this illness has an onset, like when it start. Usually start early 20s. So we call it prodromal stage. Prodromal stage, he's just thinking odd, little bit odd, like a doubting, do not go to college, do not do his social activity, academic activities, fallen off. He say, this girl, he said, I'm not gonna go to university. I don't like it, I stay home. This and that. The parents typically, Bangladeshi parents will say, oh, he doesn't want to study, the meaning is interpretation. Okay. A plus B plus C equal to Z. A Bangladeshi smart parent. Oh, my daughter does not want to go university. Equation indicate give him marriage. Subhanallah. Solution. He doesn't go to university, give him marriage. He doesn't go to university because of schizophrenia. Because of schizophrenia. You poor parent doesn't understand mental illness. And you bring another guy, vice versa. Like a boy has a schizophrenia, and you bring a beautiful girl and give a marriage because boy stop going work. Oh, last 6 months he does not work because he stay at home. Okay, okay. So why it is happening? Because when schizophrenia comes, he is getting foreign to his environment. Bitana Su. To him, world is hostile. He misinterpreted interaction with human being. Like you are my father, you are my brother. He says, oh, my brother is against me. Brother is this. My husband is against me. This is against me. Whoever is with this person is accusing, giving a story, giving accusation. Based on what? Based on nothing. It's a delusion. This is called delusion. The word delusion is heavy. Start with D. D like a something heavy. Like I have a 10 kilogram delusion. Excuse me? You understand delusion? The word delusion start with D. It doesn't mean that you can weigh one bottle delusion. Possible? Delusion is a false belief, my brother. Word does not give a sense what is it. Delusion is a false belief because that's the problem start with husband and wife. False belief. You are busy working in downtown Toronto, driving cab, this, that, office work, this and that. You came home and your wife saying, oh, you are doing something else. You hang out with the girl. Same vice versa. So wife is working hard, earning money, and husband is doing all kinds of nonsense. So this thing create problem. It's not a healthy. Anybody cannot stay, nothing. The Bangladeshi people has a solution. Marriage is the solution. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. It is making a problem. Then they became a pregnant within 5 years of the marriage. Then a child is born and custody is the problem. Divorce happen. He is in the shelter. He called police. He goes to jail. That's how. And coming to the masjid, give a ruqya. أذهب البأس رب الناس أنت شافي شفاء لا شفاء إلا شفاء. Oh, he get cured. This is very, very problematic. The thing is, ruqya is the common. Ruqya is the common. Any illness, nothing wrong to make ruqya because this is a barakah, a tabarruk. But we do not know guarantee because if it is guarantee, then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would not have been going through illness because he is the one who prescribed for us. How come he became sick? He has a fever. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam suffered from a fever. It is documented how he got fever. He suffered from oblivion, like a forgetting. So some mental disturbances, memory disturbances. It is documented in Bukhari. So how? So you think that he doesn't make this ruqya? So It's uncertainty is there. It's the umur of dunya. You should not depend on it. You can, but that's not. Oh, qul a'udhu rabbil falaq, qul rabbil nas, Surah Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi, blow them. No problem. But take to the hospital. Why don't you make Ayatul Kursi, qul a'udhu falaq when you have a heart attack? Heart attack, you take the heart, bypass surgery, stent, this and that. Why you are so? You do not give any Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bin nas in the Institute of Cardiology in Bangladesh. Hey, hold on, don't do surgery. I will coming here to Surah Ikhlas, Surah Nas. That's people will say you are crazy. So same physical illness, there is no different mental illness. You do not have tool to understand because you do not study medicine, you do not go to medical school, you do not have training in psychiatry, you are not a psychiatrist. How you would know? And you commenting nonsense and making problem. If somebody advocate a schizophrenia man or schizophrenia women to get married, in my opinion, it will be I cannot give fatwa. It is so disastrous. A person know how tough the life is. Divorce is almost inevitable. Okay, in this country, you lose your job because your spouse has schizophrenia. You cannot do anything. On top of it, making children, divorce, fighting, this, that, all nonsense coming. And the top of it, you coming to the masjid asking for rukia. And then when the doctor says you take medication, you do not believe jinn. That's the repercussion. I'm talking to you, and somebody fulan will come. Excuse me, doctor, you don't believe in jinn? Did I say it? This is nonsense. For no, I had no idea why. What's going on with belief jinn and treating a mental illness? I have no idea. It's ignorance. Any process which we do not understand does not mean that it is not a disease. How many diseases the human being, a scientist understand? Many things we don't understand. Like for a COVID, did you see how the all scientists of the world became helpless when COVID comes? You saw it, right? No, nobody knows what to do. After a few years, few months, then they figure out. So it is a limitation of the human scientific effort. There is a limitation. So limitation, it is within you. Your beard, this thing is going longer. Why don't your eyelash goes longer? Huh? Did you do you know eyelash? It goes long. Like you have a long eyelash now, 6 feet. What will happen? Why it doesn't go? Who did this thing? Your bone going bigger. Why not teeth coming long, like a long teeth? Does it come? When you have in Toronto, when I first time came, so I went to St. George's Medical Library. It's a very cold morning. First time I experienced like ice in the Canada. So I went outside, then I saw my skin